At the beginning of December, I decided to embark on a 30-day challenge to find 30 minutes a day for myself outside of running. As someone who is extremely ambitious but also very creative, it is very difficult for me to find time outside of my runs to just kind of chill and focus on myself and self-care. So I felt like I had kind of just been neglecting the art of taking a step back, relaxing, and doing something just for the fun of it. So for my 30-day challenge, I had pledged to spend 30 minutes a day doing something creative for 30 days. So here's how that went. So before I dive in, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Juliana, and I started this YouTube channel to showcase how I balance everything in my life from marathon training, growing my startup, and working a full-time 9-to-5 corporate job. So if you are interested in following along with my journey and receiving some training tips, make sure to hit that bell button down below and subscribe to the channel. It really helps keep me motivated and accountable so that I can keep making awesome videos for you guys. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive into why I even did this challenge in the first place. I actually do have a whole video where I talk about in depth why I'm doing this, but to just quickly summarize, I basically felt like I was literally and figuratively running around from the moment I woke up to bedtime essentially, and I just felt like I never had time during the day just for myself because I work a full-time job, I'm trying to grow my small startup, and I also obviously have this YouTube channel, and I'm running 80 to 85 miles a week in peak training. So it's just a lot going on, and being so tired, it just kind of felt like the default activity was just going to my phone or kind of procrastinating bedtime because I just felt like I didn't really have time for myself during the day outside of my runs. So this 30-minute a day creative challenge was really meant to spark something at the end of the day that I was able to look forward to and also just reclaim a little bit of time for myself doing something that I love. So I wanted to keep the challenge quite broad in terms of doing something creative every day for 30 days because there are multiple different forms and mediums that I personally enjoy. So I wanted to just give myself the space and allow myself to kind of play around and see what I gravitated towards and what helped rejuvenate me the most and just kind of give me a sense of accomplishment outside of my runs and outside of work-related stuff. So in terms of how the challenge went, not going to lie, the first week was pretty challenging and I was kind of questioning why I committed to doing this challenge, to be honest. It was a really busy time starting in December. We had family in town visiting for Thanksgiving and into early December, and it felt like I was committing to another chore. I just felt like I should probably be making better use of my time than like randomly doodling something for 30 minutes. So the first week was tough, but I committed to the challenge. I was going to follow through. And that first day, honestly, after just 5 minutes of doodling random squiggles, I just felt like this weight lift off my shoulder. And it was something that I could have very easily skipped if I hadn't promised to do this for 30 days, but I didn't. And that first day, I was just like, okay, this is going to be something that I'm going to look forward to. But then the second day, I had to skip the challenge, which was not good. I'm sharing this with you guys to showcase that nobody is perfect. And even though I publicly committed on YouTube to doing something every single day, it's okay if life happens and you're not able to do it. But what I did end up finding out throughout this whole challenge, especially getting into the second and the third weeks, was that the daily commitment was sometimes a lot, especially 30 minutes during the week. So I tried my very, very best to spend at least 5 or 10 minutes every day doing something creative. I would usually spend a little more time on the weekends doing something, especially because during the week, I ended up having to skip probably on average once a week. Just there was a lot going on with, like I said, work, family being in town, and just life that I felt like it was better to get myself to bed early than stay up late doing something creative. I did find that these little bursts of creativity that I had throughout the week inspired me to really look forward to and carve out time to wanting to do more creative work on the weekends because I love drawing, writing, painting, everything. And I have ADHD, so I am a bit of a hobby junkie, which means I have tons of supplies for so many different types of creative hobbies. But I always tell myself, okay, on the weekends, I'm going to spend 2 or 3 hours painting, and then it never ends up happening. And that's because I'm not working my creative muscle during the week. So even those like 5 or 15-minute sessions throughout the week really helped build that momentum so that I could feel like on the weekends, I had a little inkling of inspiration of where I wanted to start on whatever creative project I was doing. I counted editing a YouTube video as doing something creative, but I also explored a bunch of different mediums throughout this challenge. So I love oil painting, so I dedicated a weekend to doing oil painting, just drawing, doodling. I even spent a lot of time writing, and I love to read. I also love to write, and I ended up finding that writing was the activity that I naturally gravitated to the most. Writing for me is just something that comes quite naturally, and it has the least barrier to entry. So all I really need to write is my laptop or pen and paper and headphones or silence. Writing was what I was able to accomplish most easily and what I genuinely enjoyed doing. So in the final couple of weeks of this challenge, I was really making an effort to write freely and explore my creative voice. And that's something that's very weird to say out loud because it's not really like I envision myself publishing any of these little stories that I'm working on or even doing anything with them. I've enjoyed having this creative outlet, and I feel like it's also helped spark so many ideas and just help me communicate better and draft things better for my job, for this YouTube channel. So writing is definitely something that I want to keep up in 2026. And even if it's just for me, I've really enjoyed having this process where I can do something creative, have a little bit of fun, even if it goes nowhere. Like that's the whole point, is just doing something for the sake of doing it because you love it. And that's exactly what I'm doing with my running too, if you think about it. I'm obviously not an elite. I am pretty fast, but I'm not elite level status. But all of us runners that are out there, there are so many. I need to look up a stat on how many marathon runners there are, but there is such a tiny, tiny, tiny percentage of people that are elite athletes. But there are hundreds and thousands of us that are out here running and running every single day just because we love it. I feel like every now and then I just find another lesson that running brings me. And this is definitely one of them, is that look at all of the hundreds of thousands of people that are out there running, that aren't breaking records, but just commit to it every single day because they want to get better. And so that's how I'm approaching my writing here. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to it. I just love doing it. So definitely something I want to keep up in 2026. So zooming out, this challenge has taught me that if I don't intentionally commit the time and space for being creative, it's just not going to happen. If we keep letting our obligations take charge of our lives, we're never actually going to make progress on the things that we enjoy. So I know that if you're watching this channel, you're most likely a runner and you probably are not a professional runner. But if you are, please leave a comment down below because that would be so cool if you saw this channel. But my point is that many of us don't run professionally. We run just because we love it. And so I encourage you, if you have just been focusing on running as your main form of self-care, if you feel like you've been burnt out lately, I encourage you to join me even just for a week with whatever activity you feel helps ground you the most. And if you are inspired by this video, please let me know in the comments down below and tag me on Instagram using @jujurunsit and #jujurunsit. So I'll keep you guys posted on my progress towards my writing and obviously my running. I just started my training for the Boston Marathon actually, so very, very exciting. You'll have some vlog style videos coming your way soon. But if there are any other specific videos that you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments down below and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for being here.